Hello from ChiNation.com. This is Mark Josie. So today will be another video showing you the Tippmann TCR. But yeah, all of you know, okay, this is just like a TIPX, right? Everyone say, hey, it's just another TIPX. What's so good about it? Well, I have to say that it's totally jaw-dropping kind of experience. So let me just shoot off my little air there. Wow, so loud. Okay, now the CO2 is kind of pressurized, and then it can come out. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so I just finished one CO2. What did I do was I tweaked it to almost the max power and try to get the maximum power, and I still want to finish off one magazine of 7 shots or 8 shots or something. So 8 or 9 shots per 12 grams CO2. See if it will leaks, and I want to see if the internals are tougher than the TIPX. And conclusion, yes it is. This gun right here shoots these 3.9 grams rubber balls. They're the riot control rounds. They shoot them at about 380 to 390-ish FPS, which is amazing. So it's about 28 to 29 joules, okay? The TIPX pistol, no matter what I do to it, if it's higher pressure, it may leak or just vent or whatever. If I tweaked it right, it will fire properly. But you know, at the 7 shots, or sorry, it's 14 shot, like 2 magazines of shots per CO2 settings, the thing fires about 16 to 18 joules only, max. If you change the barrel, it would do better. Put an A5 or X7 barrel on, it would do better and give you more velocity. But it's not shooting that hot like my Tiberius, okay? So it's impossible to get the 28 or even 25 joules out of the TIPX. This one, I can tell you that surely, and for sure, they did something different to the gun's internal. It may look alike, but I'm sure it's tougher than my TIPX, and it can withstand higher pressure sometimes. I don't know. But what I did was I took the stock all the way back, okay, and then I stick the Allen key inside, it's right here, to adjust the velocity. I turn the power, the big screw, all the way in until it stops, and then I back it off, okay. So usually you start from this side and then you back it to that side. Okay, so the Allen key just hit from side to side. I back it off four times, which is about 1 circle. So it's all the way in and 1 circle out. That's about the kind of setting. Okay, so and then I take the smaller Allen key that adjusts the pressure relief hole inside, and then I just put it all the way in and then screw it all tight, just like I do with the TIPX. So that's what I do. It's not a setting that you will play paintball with, but this is amazing. So I want to try and see what kind of power I can achieve with this gun with the stock barrel, 12 gram, trying to like empty 1 CO2 out of, empty 1 magazine out of 1 CO2. That's my goal today. So let's do a chrono test and see what happens. So we get the 7-round magazine, and we're loading them up with the 3.9 grams hard rubber balls. These rubber balls, they're for riot control use, not for hitting people. So if you shot your friends with this, and at this setting, you're surely going to put them into hospital or even into the coffin. So don't do it. 7 rounds, okay. For the tactical vibe, I'll put 8 rounds, and how I do it is usually I take 1 extra ball, toss it in here, and roll it into the breech. There we go. So there it goes, 8 rounds. Okay. Now we'll do chrono tests for each of the shots as well. Don't worry. And we are using fresh Crossman CO2. Before we start, let's drop a drop of oil there. The gun is still new. This is my 4th CO2 of this gun, and it should be good. Okay. So no leaks. It's the best thing ever. The TIPX is famous for leaking if you're tweaking it yourself. So you put the CO2 in here. Whoops. Kind of always good idea to put it this way so the CO2 rolls down and then you can close it. Okay, so where's my chrono? There we go. Chrono. Okay, so let's do a chronograph test. If you see the 380s or 390s, that is about the 28 joules mark and on. So if the gun fires over 28 joules, it is more powerful than the T8.1 pistol, which is really legendary. This thing, when you tweak it right, it's usually shooting 28 to 30 joules average. It can shoot a peak of 32 joules. But then if you can shoot with a Tippmann SMG style gun like this, and you can shoot that hot, it's really legendary. Usually the Tippmann guns, you cannot fire that hot. Okay, let's see what happened. Okay, there's no modification done internally, only the screws, and everything is stock, and it's a new gun. Okay, so first pull the trigger. Okay, no CO2 is leaking. Most important part is no CO2 is leaking. Chrono test. Okay, just let me get the trap back right on track here. Okay, the trap was jumping around when I shot it. Okay, first shot. First shot, 364. Usually it's a little bit low for the first shot, but 364 is pretty good for the first shot. Usually you see it jump higher and higher. Much louder, 380. Okay, 380. $384. See, it's jumping up. 384. I think this power, I am in love with the gun. It is amazing. 380 again. You see how consistent that is? There's no leaks, and the gun is powerful. The gun is compact. It looks badass. It scares the shit out of people. Wow. 380 again. I'm not joking. It did shot something out. Okay, 380 again. It's stable at 380. And this thing doesn't have the velocity jump like my other TIPX. 386. I need to set my trap back on center. The trap is jumping around already. Crazy shit. It's amazingly powerful. 391. 28 something joules already. 28 point something. Amazing. 393. Okay, we're reaching near the 29 joules mark. Woohoo! For SMG style, amazing, man. Okay, one shot of air. 3 shots. 4 shots of air. Okay, 4 shots of air. So I think we can just tweak it a little bit more to get it more high power, but then the Chrono will not be able to read it anymore. So I'll just leave it as is. Right now the CO2 is kind of cold too. So you see, when I just open the thing, it just whoosh, a little bit of the gas, and now we can eject it. So this gun, shooting at the 28 to 29 joules mark right now, can give you 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rounds. So 12 rounds, that's a very nice regulated CO2 usage. You can empty one long magazine. See? One long magazine, 12 rounds. You can empty all that with one CO2 at this power. And then you have your spare mags right here. Okay. All we need right now, I think, okay, all we need right now, it's so tight. So hard to get this thing in. Okay, just a minute. There we go. Okay. So all we need right now, I think, is missing is a side saddle, like the shotgun with the shells, the 5 shells here. Okay, I think we need to create something that put 6 12-gram CO2s or some 12-gram CO2s on the side, like right here, right here, right here. I don't know, somewhere. Okay, so when we're done, we can go like that. Okay, drop the CO2 and then pick one CO2, put it in, and then keep going. And then at the same time, we can eject the magazine right here. Of course, we need the extended mag release as well. Eject it, and then take the thing out, and then we have our spare mag to use. wow, this is extremely tactical. So all we need now is a little bit of accessories or modification to get yourself some spare CO2 mounted on the gun. And then it will be a perfect less lethal marker. I will say that just the stock barrel is already enough power. If you see 380s to 390s with 3.9 grams rubber balls, you'll be surely able to put someone down when you're shooting breaker balls. So stay tuned for our next video. We'll shoot this gun with the same power using breaker balls and do a chrono test. Okay, see you next time. Remember to subscribe and like. Bye-bye!